G'day mates, welcome back to Should I Go? I'm your host Jake. Today I'm counting down 10 hidden New York gems that most visitors completely miss. It's summer in the city, so forget the Statue of Liberty and Times Square. We're diving into quirky, non-touristy spots across Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and the Bronx. From secret parks to local foodie haunts, I've got you covered. Strap in, and let's get this countdown rolling with number 10. Ever fancy a medieval castle adventure without leaving Manhattan? Fort Tryon Park is a lush hilltop haven overlooking the Hudson River, and at its crown sits the cloisters, a genuine slice of the Middle Ages. Stroll through winding garden paths, and you'll stumble upon stone arches and cloistered courtyards that make you go, "Am I still in New York City?" Inside the Cloisters Museum, you'll find unicorn tapestries and hushed halls that echo with history. It's like Game of Thrones met an art gallery. It's usually peacefully empty, save for a few in-the-know locals enjoying a picnic with sweeping views of the river. This spot is romantic, tranquil, and downright enchanting. The perfect start to our Hidden Gems tour. In Queens, along the East River, lies a funky outdoor gallery that most tourists zip right past. Socrates Sculpture Park was once a junky riverside landfill until local artists said, "Nah, let's make it beaut." Now it's an open-air art playground featuring massive, ever-changing sculptures and installations. You can wander here freely, basking in creative vibes with the Manhattan skyline shimmering just across the water. On summer days, you might catch a free yoga class on the grass or a weekend craft market. On summer nights, they host outdoor movie screenings under the stars. It's got a laid-back, community feel. Think of it as an artsy backyard with the best view in town. Bring a mate, grab a picnic, and enjoy culture without the crowds. I know, a cemetery sounds like a weird vacation stop. But trust me, Greenwood Cemetery in Brooklyn is a dead-set beauty, pun intended. This 478-acre expanse is more Victorian garden than graveyard winding paths. Swan-filled ponds and century-old oak trees set a tranquil scene. The Gothic arch entrance alone looks like something out of Hogwarts. Wander around and you'll find ornate mausoleums and statues, plus some famous permanent residents. Jean-Michel Basquiat and Leonard Bernstein are buried here among others. For a bit of adventure, hike up to Battle Hill, the highest point in Brooklyn, where a statue of Minerva cheekily waves at the Statue of Liberty across the harbor. Spooky? Nah, it's peaceful, grand, and oddly uplifting. It's a perfect sunny afternoon escape when you need a breather from NYC's frenzy. No crowds, just you and 560,000 of your quietest new friends. Mamma mia, ready for a foodie time warp? Head up to Arthur Avenue in the Bronx, the real little Italy of New York. This neighborhood is bursting with authentic Italian flavor and hardly any tourists. Picture fresh mozzarellas being hand-pulled in a shop window, the smell of wood-fired bread drifting onto the street, and locals chattering in Italian over espresso. Stroll into the covered Arthur Avenue retail market, and you'll find hanging cured sausages, barrels of olives, and a guy rolling cigars in the corner. It's old school as it gets. Whether you sit down at a family-run trattoria for the best pasta of your life, or grab a cannoli at a 60-year-old bakery, your taste buds will sing arias. Come hungry and leave stuffed and happy. Pro tip, don't you dare call Manhattan's Mulberry Street the real little Italy around here. Them's fighting words, mate. Next up, we're delving into Brooklyn's wild side. No, not an Aussie wild side with kangaroos, but a concrete jungle painted every color you can imagine. The Bushwick Collective is an entire neighborhood gallery of street art and graffiti murals. Warehouse walls and alleyways are plastered with gigantic works by artists from all over the world. One moment you're facing a 50-foot tall Biggie Smalls portrait. Next you've got psychedelic unicorns dancing across a brick wall. It's gritty, bold, and vibrant, with new art popping up all the time. The best way to explore is on foot, so wear comfy shoes and prepare to get your Instagram game on. You'll find funky coffee shops and taco joints tucked between murals. Fuel up with a legit Brooklyn slice or a taco al pastor when you need an art break. Wandering here feels like a treasure hunt for the eyes. Every corner is a surprise canvas. Street art in NYC isn't a secret, but this district is an ever-evolving hidden gem that will make you feel like an urban explorer. Ready for your graffiti alley adventure? When the sun sets on summer Saturdays, Queens serves up a global block party at the Queens Night Market. Tucked in Flushing Meadows, Corona Park, home of that giant unisphere globe from the World's Fair. You know, the big metal globe Men in Black blew up on screen. This open-air night market is a feast for the senses. Dozens of vendors set up tents under the stars, cooking up street food from every corner of the world. In one stroll, you can snack on Tibetan momos, Jamaican jerk chicken, Hungarian chimney cakes, and Peruvian ceviche. It's like eating a world tour. The best part, most bites cost only a few bucks each, so you can munch to your heart's content. Budget's no worry, but hey, cheap eats are a bonus. The vibe is electric: families, couples, and friends mingling, a bit of music in the air, kids dancing around, real local energy. Before you dive into the food frenzy, visit the nearby 1964 World's Fair relics by daylight. The Space Age Towers and the Queen's Museum with its panorama of NYC. Then hit the night market for a culinary adventure tourists rarely experience. It's quirky, tasty, and absolutely bonza for a summer night out. For a true off-the-beaten-path foodie adventure, follow your nose to Red Hook, Brooklyn. This laid-back waterfront neighborhood has a weekend secret at Red Hook Park's soccer fields. An amazing squad of Latin American food vendors sets up shop, grilling and frying up homemade goodness. It's like stumbling on a street food fiesta. No fancy signage, just tents and trucks and mouth-watering aromas drawing you in. You'll find Salvadoran pupusas, cheese-filled corn cakes hot off the griddle, Colombian arepas, fresh ceviche, Honduran baleadas, and more. Locals line up with cash in hand, ready to devour these authentic bites while watching a pickup soccer match or two. Grab a watermelon juice or icy horchata to wash it down, and you've got a perfect summer meal al fresco, surrounded by neighborhood families and football fans. The atmosphere is pure joy. Kids playing, music pumping from a speaker, the sizzle of meat on the grill. You might even forget you're in New York City for a second. And since prices are family-friendly, go ahead and try one of everything. If you have a sweet tooth, afterward wander over to a nearby pier for a slice of Steve's famous key lime pie, a local dessert legend. This is local NYC at its tastiest and most laid back, far from any tourist map. Time for a skyward adventure in the middle of Manhattan. Tucked alongside the Queensboro Bridge is the Roosevelt Island Tram, a cable car that soars over the East River and whisks you to a little island that most travelers overlook. Swipe your Metro card and hop on. As the tram lifts off, you'll be gobsmacked by 360-degree views of the city. Spider-Man fans, you'll recognize this ride from that famous rescue scene. But there are no green goblins in sight today, promise. In just a few minutes, you'll touch down on Roosevelt Island, a narrow strip of calm between Manhattan and Queens. Head south to Four Freedoms Park, a minimalistic memorial to FDR that's all marble and manicured lawns. It's so peaceful you could hear a pin drop, or maybe the distant whoosh of the tram as you gaze out at the Manhattan skyline and the river around you. The park is perfect for a sunbathing session or a quiet, reflective walk. For a touch of the eerie and cool, check out the nearby ruins of the Smallpox Hospital, a crumbling 19th century Gothic building that looks like an overgrown castle. It's partially lit at night and oh so atmospheric. Roosevelt Island is a weird and wonderful little escape. You get the thrill of a carnival ride without the carnival lines, and then an afternoon of tranquility with epic views. Just 800 yards off Lower Manhattan lies Governor's Island, a car-free playground that, insanely, most tourists never visit. Hop on a ferry for $4, peanuts in NYC terms, sometimes even free in the mornings, from the Battery Maritime Building, and in 8 minutes, you're in a different world. Governor's Island is 172 acres of pure chill rolling green lawns, historic forts, and hammocks swinging between trees. No honking horns, no skyscrapers looming over you. Just open space and salty harbor breezes. You can rent a bicycle and pedal around the whole island in half an hour, or simply wander. Climb up the hills, man-made mounds with panoramic views. One even has winding slides so you can whoosh your way down like a big kid. Explore Fort J and Castle Williams, old military forts where you can almost hear the ghosts of soldiers past. Don't worry, they're friendly. In summer, the island often hosts art installations, jazz-age lawn parties, and food trucks galore on weekends, so you might find a mini festival waiting for you. And if you're feeling extra adventurous and fancy, you can even glamp overnight in plush tents with $1 million view of the Statue of Liberty and the twinkling skyline. By day, bring a picnic or grab a bite at Liggett Terrace Food Court. Nothing beats munching an ice-cold treat while watching the sunset over New York Harbor. Governor's Island is the city's summertime secret garden, an idyllic day trip that'll make you say, "How on earth did I miss this before?" You won't believe you're still in the Bronx, let alone New York City, when you set foot on City Island. This tiny island at NYC's far northeast corner feels like a cozy New England fishing town dropped in the Big Apple. Harbor mist? Check. Bobbing sailboats? Check. The smell of salt water and fried clams in the air? Oh yeah. In summer, City Island is an absolute delight that most visitors never even hear about. Stroll down the main drag, City Island Avenue, and you'll pass nautical antique shops, ice cream parlors, and decades-old seafood shacks serving up mountains of fried shrimp, lobster, and oysters on paper plates. Locals and in-the-know New Yorkers flock here on warm evenings to feast at spots like Johnny's Reef, a classic outdoor joint at the island's southern tip, where you can sip a cold beer with a panoramic view of the water as seagulls wheel overhead. They're eyeing your hot chips, the cheeky buggers. The vibe is slow and friendly. Everyone's in flip-flops and summer teas, enjoying that sweet escape from the city life. Take a post-meal walk to the little beach or the rocky shoreline dotted with fishing rods, and you might catch the sunset painting the sky over the Long Island Sound. If you blindfolded me and dropped me here, I'd never guess I was in NYC, and that's the magic of City Island. It's the ultimate hidden gem to cap off our list: part beach holiday, part seafood binge, and 100% New York in its own unexpected way. Good on you, Bronx. This one's a ripper. And there you have it, 10 places in New York City that most people completely miss, all served up and ready for your next adventure. From medieval Manhattan hilltops to Bronx seaside bites, NYC is full of surprises beyond the usual tourist traps. You've just got to be curious enough to find them. So next time you're in the Big Apple in summer, give the Empire State Building a rain check and try one of these adventures instead. I promise you'll come back with better stories, and probably a happier belly too. If you enjoyed this journey, hit that subscribe button and join our little travel tribe. We've got plenty more quirky explorations ahead. Cheers, mates. Let me know in the comments which hidden gem you'd love to visit, or shout out your own secret NYC spots that deserve a feature. Until the next episode of Should I Go, stay adventurous.